Hey, what's going on, friends? This is Paul Hutchings. Hope you're having an amazing day. This is episode 114 today of The Good Parts. This is a daily social media show where I go live once a day, Monday through Friday, to share one good part from my life and or business in an effort to help myself and others build more freedom, financial freedom, abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, goodness, all the good things life has to offer. And in today's video, I want to share with you two crucial goals. I believe they're crucial to set that can lead to the greatest levels, I believe, of wealth, prosperity, and freedom. These are two goals that I specifically remember having in my brain way back when I first got started on this journey. My wife and I had just gotten married. We were living in a 1984 Fleetwood Vogue single wide mobile home. And we were sitting on the couch and thinking about our future, and thinking about different kind of goals we could set and where we wanted to go. And so one of these goals is from that specific meeting that I remember with my wife. And then the other one is just another big goal that I've had over the years. So over the last 2 decades, I've always had two goals in mind, two financial goals, two big goals that I've tried to be aware of that seem to have led me to a great space and state financially in life. I am in my early 40s. I'm financially free. I have residual income. I don't have to work if I don't want to. In fact, today I'm probably going to take most of the rest of the day off because I'm nursing a little bit of a cold. And that is just such a blessing. I'm so thankful to be free. It's part of my mission, Freedom Crusaders Alliance. Part of that is about doing everything that we can to build more freedom and to share the ideas that have made a difference. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bill. Thanks for saying hello. Hey, Ashley. Thanks for saying hello. Nick Romani. Thanks for saying hey. Deb. Hey, happy Monday to you. Good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. Minister Christian watching live. Thank you, Minister Christian. Brandon, happy rising. Back to you, Minister Christian. Rich Engler says, buenos dias, hermano. Nice to see you, my friend. Buenos dias, mi hermano. Hope you're having a great day as well. And Ashley says, get well soon. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here is what I want to talk about. Financial goals, two financial goals over the years. Now, the first one, if you've ever heard any of my content before, you probably know that I am a huge fan and crusader of something called residual income. And this would be one of the most important goals I think anyone can set if they want to be free. Now, if you're building a business from home, this may seem somewhat obvious. However, I want to highlight this and kind of connect it to what I would like to call your major definite purpose. So when you set a residual income goal, one of the things that is important to think about is how much money do you need on a monthly basis to be able to disconnect your time from your money, and specifically, how much money do you need residually to be able to pay all of your bills? So in other words, once you have this certain level of residual income that it's paying all of your bills, now you don't have to work anymore if you don't want to, because your time is disconnected from your money. So this was something that I was taught early on. And then in combination with that knowledge, I started to learn about something called a major definite purpose from Napoleon Hill, where he said you want to have a very specific, clear financial goal always in your mind. In fact, so much so that you're thinking about it when you go to sleep at night, you're thinking about it when you wake up in the morning. All of your activities are directed toward this one goal. And so for the last 2 decades, whenever I have set a major definite purpose for myself, it's usually always residual income related. By the first day of such and such, I will have in my possession this amount of residual income. Now, I wanted to highlight a couple of things that I've noticed that this has done for me and can do for you. Because one of the reasons, I think this might be one of the biggest reasons that setting goals is a good thing. If we set goals, our decisions can be guided toward those goals. If we don't have a goal, then our decisions kind of just go wherever they might want to go in the moment. And I want to give you an example on this residual income goal. So because one of my big goals has always been residual income, what I've noticed on my journey, on my business journey, is that all of my business decisions were made from that standpoint of is this going to help me build residual income, or is this going to take me away from building residual income? And one of the things that has happened to me and probably will happen to you as you're growing your freedom is you will have a lot of opportunities to go this way, go that way, go that way, go that way, go that way, go. There's like opportunities everywhere. I mean, I've had people bring to me various, pretty exciting business projects that they wanted me to work on with them. I've had, job opportunities come across. I've had business opportunities that, like were high ticket where you could make a ton of money up front, but there was no residual. And it was having this major definite purpose, this clear business goal of residual income that really allowed me to not get distracted and to stay 100% focused on that goal. So that's one of the first goals I think that's really important to set, and not just to set, but to live by, to stand by, to think about, to just guide everything that you're doing. So that's the first one. Now, the second one is one that maybe a lot of people don't often think about. Nonetheless, it's a very important one. And this second goal is one that I think is a good goal to set and somewhat forget. And what do I mean by that? Well, the residual income goal for me was something that I'm thinking about every day, thinking about all the time. It's getting all my daily activities. This second goal is a goal that we set, and then we didn't really think about it again until certain decisions needed to be made. And I'm curious if you guys have a guess on what the second goal is. Jared Scott, hey, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. I met Jared in one of the first businesses I joined here in my hometown. And I think, Jared, you were a contact. So I recruited my uncle, who recruited a guy named Jeff. And then Jared was a contact of Jeff. That's how I met Jared. So it's good to see you, man. David says, good morning. Yes. So what would be the second goals, guys? Second goal. So residual income, number one, would you agree or disagree? And what would be the second goal you think I may talk about here? Would love to hear your thoughts. And, there may be other good financial goals to set. Nick says, take action, execute. Yes. Jared says, yes, that's correct. LOL. The good old days, right, Jared? Jared, are you still building a business from home? I'm curious. Are you doing, I think last time we talked, you were doing solar. Rita Joy says, you're doing great, Papa Paul. Way to fight through the, yeah, thank you. Danny says, 2 goals to freedom. Ashley says, I'm stumped. Well, that's good. Because if you're stumped, that means there is some value in what I'm about to share. So Kevin says, second dream. Jared says, time freedom. Okay, that's good. I think time freedom would be pretty related to the residual income goal, I think. Consistency, Janine says, these are good. Jared says, no, not currently. All right, cool. What are you doing, Jared? Would love to hear what you're doing now. Are you still doing solar? Bill says, stay focused. Ashley says, here to learn. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm so happy no one guessed this second one because this is a big one, I think. So you got your residual income goal. The second goal, the second goal is a net worth goal. What's net worth? Net worth is your assets, the value of your assets, which would be the equity that you have in your home, the money that you have in your bank account. You could even include, the value of your cars, I suppose. Like anything you have of value that has a worth, you take that number and then you subtract from it the amount of debt that you have. And then you're left over with a net worth number. And I want to share with you how this played out for me in my life. So when my wife and I first got started, we were building, business from home, and we were living in a trailer. And this situation came about where we're sitting on the couch in this trailer. And here was the question we asked ourselves: where do we want to be in 5 years financially? So aside from the monthly residual income goal, do we want to have $50,000 saved up? Do we want to have $100,000 saved up? Like, where do we want to be? And for us, one of our goals was to be able to buy a home and not have to go into debt. Or if we went into debt, to not have to go into a lot of debt. So as we sat there in that trailer house, I remember having a sheet of paper pulled out And we started calculating how much money we were bringing in on a monthly basis, which wasn't a lot at the time. But we took that and we thought, okay, if we save this amount of money over the next 5 years, how much could we accumulate? And I think it was like $60,000 or something like that. So we set that goal, a savings goal of $60,000. Now, a savings goal is a net worth goal because you're accumulating your equity. Now, one of the things that did for us was because we had this net worth goal in mind, we started to and continued to make decisions that were going to affect that net worth number in the best possible way. So one of the things we avoided doing was we avoided going and getting into a bunch of debt for a big house. Why? Because that would have taken our net worth and just brought it way down, below where we wanted it to be, because your debt number goes much higher. So we decided to stay in that single wide mobile home. And rather than to go into debt, we would save money that we had every month so that we could reach that $60,000 net worth goal. Here's another decision that goal affected for us. Rather than, again, go buy a new house, go buy new cars, we were driving used cars that we paid cash for. The other thing that we did while we were living in the trailer is, because we had a residual income goal and we had a net worth goal, we saved up our first little bit of money, and we had a little over $10,000 in the bank. And we took that $10,000 and we went and bought a mobile home rental. Now, here's the cool thing about real estate and buying income producing assets is, when we had that $10,000 in the bank, our net worth, let's just keep it simple. So we have 10 grand in the bank, no debt. Our net worth is $10,000. So if I pull that $10,000 out of the bank and then I go buy a $10,000 mobile home or income producing asset, how much is our net worth? Quiz for everyone. Take the 10 grand out of the bank, so $10,000 in cash, go buy a $10,000 asset. How much is our net worth? Does it go up? Does it go down? Curious attendees, we've got a handful of people here. What do you guys think? What happens to my net worth if I take 10 grand in cash and convert it into an asset? Bingo. Ashley says stays the same. Okay. And you're 100% right. So what's cool about that is you can take that $10,000, move it somewhere, your net worth stays the same. But while that $10,000 was sitting in the bank, we weren't earning hardly anything. But then, because we took that $10,000 and we put it into an income producing asset, now we still have the same $10,000 in our net worth calculation. And that $10,000 is paying us an extra $600 a month residual income. What does that do? That increases my residual income number, but it also continues to build that net worth number. And so I think these are two really important goals to be aware of. And, sometimes people come and they're like, Paul, I've got this thing I can do and this thing I can do. What would you recommend? And as far as purchase decisions go, there's a lot of different scenarios and details to think about, but I think there's this one guide that can lead you to the best decision, regardless of the details and regardless of the scenario, is, what will your net worth be in 5 years or 10 years, factoring in whatever decision it is you're looking at making. And you can run a calculation out. You can say, okay, if I buy this thing or if I buy this thing, how will that affect my net worth over 5 or 10 years? And it seems that the best direction on purchase decisions is to make purchase decisions that are going to improve your net worth. And if you do that, that can get you to more financial freedom, because that's the other great thing about growing your net worth. And this was a realization that I had early on, was that I wanted more residual income. And eventually I wanted to own rental properties that would produce residual income. And in order for me and us to get there, we had to have our net worth at a certain level if we wanted to be able to buy these properties without going into a bunch of debt. So that net worth number became very, very important to us. And so I would just love to encourage everyone to give some thought to those two things. If you haven't already, how can you achieve a residual income goal that you have? Because that's going to guide your business decisions. That'll keep you focused. That'll keep you from being distracted from things that won't help you build residual income. And then your net worth goal, what that will do is that will guide your purchase decisions as you're making, decisions in your daily life. Cars to buy, houses to buy, things to splurge on, things not to splurge on. If you've got that net worth number in your mind, it can guide you, to bringing that into reality. And Mike Hobbs says either 10K or whatever the value of the mobile home is, which could be more. Yes, absolutely. Great point. Yeah, that's a great point, because if the mobile home I bought was worth 14 grand and I bought it for 10 and I took that 10 cash and put it in the mobile home, now my net worth just went up by $4,000, right? That's an even better move in relation to net worth. Rich says, great advice. Let your money work for you. Yes, I think that's where we want to get to, ultimately is, in fact, I posted this quote last week that I think is a good quote, Ashley says, great info today and very helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But here's something that floated into my mind this last week, and people seem to like it. A bunch of people shared it when I posted it. You can earn with your time and you can earn with your mind. If you learn over time to learn more with your mind, you can find yourself earning less and less with your time. And that quote, I think, is 100% true. And the reason that I thought of that, by the way, is because my oldest son was needing money and I had him, go do some work around the house. And he's out there working, and he's a kid that I've been really wanting to inspire to read books and to grow his mind. I want to do this with all of my kids, but it's not working as well as I would like it to work with all of my kids. But anyway, my oldest son, he's out there doing some manual labor for me for an hourly wage, and I was just thinking about this scenario that, I'm the guy with the money and I believe in reading books and growing yourself. And my son is the guy that needs the money. And he right now doesn't believe in reading books and growing himself. And he's out there working for this hourly wage. He's working with his back. He's working with his muscles, and so it was just a great little moment that helped me to realize that, yeah, you can work with your time for the rest of your life, trading hours for dollars. That is one path. And another path is grow yourself, grow your mind, learn to think, learn to, set these types of goals, residual income goal, net worth goal. One of the things that comes from setting goals, and you might not have any idea how you can achieve the goal, but that's the beautiful thing about a goal. It causes you to think and ask questions and get stumped and keep searching and keep reading. That's a beautiful thing about a goal, is it makes you more than you are now, because you have to become more in order to achieve that goal. So yeah, you want to begin with your time, but as you're using your time, if you're not growing your mind, you're going to be forced to work with your time, for the rest of your working career. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a less than thing. It just is a thing. And I think we all have a choice as to which camp we want to find ourselves in. And we can make decisions that directly affect how that plays out for us over the long haul. Janine says it's sad we weren't taught this years ago. Yeah, it is sad. And it's one of the reasons that I'm a crusader, right? It's like crusade for what? Crusade for ideas that make a difference, big ideas that can help hopefully wake all of us up so that we can do things in the best way. Bill says lots of nuggets. Yay. Thanks so much. So happy to hear that. All right. Well, I'm going to close it out, guys. If you are finding me for the first time and you got value from today's episode and want more from me, I do these every day, Monday through Friday. Would love to encourage you to subscribe to me here on social media. And or if you want to make sure you get my best content, I would love to invite you to go to my website here, paulhutchings.net/GIFTS, and subscribe to my email list, pick up a free gift. Jared, I don't know if you're still here. Jared says he's not currently building a residual income via a home business. So Jared, I don't know if you're open, but if you're open, I'd love to invite you to check out what we're building. It's incredible. There's a button on this page that says grow residual income. And we built something that I think is the dream machine. We pay 80% commissions. It's digital. You can grow an income really quickly when you produce sales. In fact, it takes 30 customers to earn a $3,000 monthly residual income with what we have. And I could go on and on about all the amazing things about it, but I guess I'll just sum it up by saying that, I've been building a business from home since 2005, right around the first time I got married. And over that time, I've had a ton of experience. I've been through many different companies. I've had an opportunity to see many things that work and are amazing and feel good to the heart and good to the soul and do good for the world and good for people. So I've seen a lot of these things. And then I've also had the opportunity to see things that were not so good. You want to learn from things that are good examples, and you also want to pay attention to not good examples so that you can know what not to do. And so this business that we put together, my business partner and I and our community, it's continually evolving over the last 6 years. Really, at the end of the day, our number one question is, how can we build a business that has everything that we love with none of the things that we don't love? And for us, that's created a space where we're in this business. It's very lucrative. We're building great income and we love every single thing about it. There's no shame. There's no guilt. There's no, I don't know if this is very good. It's just like, this was one of the things that happened in other businesses that I was a part of, is I was really excited in the beginning. And then the more I learned and the more I saw, the less excited I became, because I saw things that maybe weren't the best. Haven't had that happen here with this company that we're building. So if you're open, Jared, and or anyone who's watching this and want to grow a residual income in a way that feels good to your heart, that does good in the world, that can make you just excited and happy to get out of bed every morning, I'd love to encourage you to visit this link here and click on the Grow Residual Income button and take a look at what we've put together. So that's about it, guys. Rich says, is there a mastermind tonight? There is, Rich, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Janine says, so grateful for you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you too, Janine. Thank you for tuning in. And that's it. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have a great day. Bye for now.